Hi, y'all already know it be turbulence before we get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, it's just you and I guess they'll catch up. It is 7:30, isn't it? When I'm on time, nobody else is. That's rare that I'm on time, though, right? But I am.
Yep, I can see us clear.
Okay. So, that's you that popped up.
Mm-hmm. We can have some waiting music.
Mm-hmm. Now, today, I went on and I had the music in the background, but I don't think you can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was writing in the message.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Mrs. Nisi sitting here talking to Miss Renisha William Clark. You all met with Miss Renisha last year about this time. She's an educator, business owner, and non-author. Also, a wife and a mother. This young lady has her pocketbook full. She multitasking.
Multitask is the word. Jeez.
How? I mean, so, go ahead, yeah. I'm waiting for a few of y'all to come in. Yeah, you gotta.
Let's see what I can find.
Find a little music. Meanwhile, you can go online on Amazon and order Teacher's Drive.
It's such a mellow mood in here.
Support your own. Support, not only because she's a black woman, but she's a black educator, helping our black youth reach another level. Helping you guys help your kids, because you know before when she came on, she did great, some understanding about educating. And in this little book, it gives you some tools. I'm not gonna get too deep into it until we actually start. Like I said, I'm giving some of you guys a chance to get in.
This is so nice. I wonder who gave this to
you.
I
love it. It's inspiring. I love it. Yes.
And we add to the props. This is my theme.
Mm-hmm. And this actually was Cariel's 16th birthday colors.
Okay.
And I turned them into my colors for my lower my
Mm-hmm. And so you can change the colors each time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. I'm gonna do that. I don't have to be so sorry all the time.
Why is giving me Mardi Gras vibes?
Because it's the Mardi Gras colors and the leaves, and it's that time, baby. Mm-hmm. Let the good times roll. I won't be out there.
Oh, no. Me neither.
I don't care how hot it's going to be. Those people are not going to want to wear their masks. And I mean, I don't think it's a matter of catching it. It's a matter of when you're going to catch it.
Yeah. And the intensity of it.
Right.
Because everybody's body kind of
different.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy how we all caught COVID for the holiday. Mm-hmm. And my mom, 76, in the room, in the bed, literally, we like this. Mm-hmm. That woman did not catch the COVID.
Yeah.
She had a little cold, or whatever, but she tested negative. But she had just had her booster.
Mm-hmm. Well, I went to go get my daughter. She got her first set. But the second one, they didn't have nothing in stock, so we couldn't even finish it. Yeah, I thought they came in doubles already.
You would think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to get my booster. I hesitate to play with it. Now, I'm going to get it, but once I get this booster, I'm not going with the forward and the fifth shot. Because that's just getting, what you think about that? That's not ridiculous.
Well, it's not the flu.
There's something else out there and they're not saying anything.
Yeah.
You know, they just,
Well, you know, in 2008, the flu was very high. They had the swine flu and all that stuff like that. But I don't know why it wasn't on high alert like the COVID is now.
Because they had a dose, you know. That was before we had 45, and we actually had the doctors and the scientists in office, well, in their, doing their jobs. So they knew these things was coming. They was testing the animals, getting all the vaccinations ready that we needed. Yeah. Well, when COVID came, everybody was fired. We had no one in office to test nothing. Yeah. We left everything up to China.
And I guess my last day of work was March 2020. And I had a couple of friends around November, October. They was just extremely sick. The hospitals kept saying, "Oh, you have pneumonia, go home." So yeah, it was a learning process with everything.
I don't own the rights to this music. Right, my mom was sick right after carnivals. And you know, she was working in one of those homes where they take care of the kids. And those kids had went to the carnival. Endymion. And that next morning, then this woman never would take off. She took off that next day. She said she couldn't go. Her co-worker that works next to her wound up in the hospital. I still say they had COVID, but we didn't know anything about it at that time.
Yeah, that year we might have gone Friday, Thursday. We might have gone every day that year. But this year we gonna keep up. This year we not doing it. We're gonna skip it, and maybe next year we'll get back to it.
Girl, you know I'm after win the job. I gotta start doing this. Girl bringing a shoe cam on. I love them, girl. Look at that. Working.
This is Steve Madden. Yes, and a birthday gift from my husband. Well, he actually bought some other shoes, but this is the one that coming.
He brought them with a necklace. Well, we're going to go ahead on and get started. For those of you who are not in, just come in, like I always say, play, rewind, because it's recorded. Thank you for coming again.
I always feel welcome.
Yeah, you have a way of soothing people. So I'm very, very proud of you.
I appreciate that.
When I came to the book signing, I was like, it's here, it's happening. And the turnout was just magnificent.
Thank you.
Your sisters really were supporting you, and family also. But you know your family going to support you, but it's sometimes your friends are the ones that, when you make an accomplishment like this, and you have your business going on, you're married and doing okay, you know, a lot of people fall off.
Yeah.
But you had support.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised and nervous about the type of support it was, because I always have something going on. So my thoughts was, oh Lord, we should got something else going on.
See? But everybody is proud because you are so humble.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But this is something I'm proud of as well.
As you should be. Now, I must admit, when I first digged into it, I said, this is a book for teachers. But as I went on, I said, this is a book for anyone on a job and a relationship. It just depends on how you interact with the book.
Yes.
When you're going in your journal and you're writing, it depends on how you take the chapter that you're in. Because someone I knew were going through some changes on the job, which has nothing to do with teaching. And I referred them, you know, to the book, and she was like, oh, I love the book, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she was saying it was so refreshing. Yeah. And when I told her, I said, that's a young woman with young kids. She couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and I get that a lot. My sister is a previous educator, and she was like, neat. Anybody can read this book. Maybe you need to just change the name to Career Drive, Work and Drive, because you really can relate to each aspect of the book.
What gave you the title? What did you?
Well, the audience was specifically for teachers because that's when I started writing in my classroom, sitting in my desk, just having rough days at work, journaling. Mm-hmm. And as I started journaling, I was like, okay, this can be something inspiring for other teachers that I know going through this. Mm-hmm. Because I still have rough days at work. And one day I had to just pull out my book and start journaling in it a year later after I created it.
Really? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because what people don't realize, when you're an educator, also a mom, dealing with other people's kids, you can't really handle them the way you would handle yours. Or do you?
To a certain extent. You have to have a connection. You can't do anything without any connections. And I may say, oh my goodness, y'all getting on my nerves, shut up. And some teachers probably wouldn't even feel comfortable telling their students to shut up, but they know that Miss Clark really don't mean anything about it. From a good space. Yeah, go sit down. They come right back to you, like, you know, your children getting on your nerves over and over again, and like, y'all don't see that I'm aggravated. So but it doesn't mean like they're yours. Yes, it doesn't make a difference because they know when someone is genuinely there to care for them.
So you been getting any feedback?
I have. I actually received a text message from my friend from Baton Rouge, and she said, "I'm not saying this because you're my friend, but this is actually a good book." And I was like, "Thank you so much that you took the time to even text me to say something to me to let me know that it is a good book."
And the reason why, you guys, you don't see me talking or taking paragraphs directly out of the book, because I will be doing you this service. Because it's just that intense. It's just that it's almost like it's therapy. It actually is like therapy. Even for me as a cashier, I can come home, pick up my book, Lord, because these are the children I work with, read my 3rd chapter, and how did it make you feel at that time and what you wanted to do, and just put it down on paper. That's what this is.
And the good thing about it is you can just read one page and you don't have to read, because everyone's not readers. Everyone doesn't like to read. It could be sleepy, boring. But the good thing about the book is once you do one page, that's it. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with doing so many at a time.
Right, but when you're a reader, like I am, I'm a compulsive. You know what I'm saying? Once I start, I have to keep going. Like, with your queries, I just had to read the whole thing because I couldn't stop. And I'm like, did you just say that? Or did you just say? And when I'm saying Chiquera, she's also helping my grandson. He want to be an author. He has written a book. And she's going to help him publish and get it out. And I've also read it. And as I'm saying, like, I don't stop. Like, I've read the whole book. So I know where I want to go back to. Yeah. When I'm feeling or when I want to write, I just want to get a more insight. It's more of a soothing, calming. That's what I would say, calming. A good bathtub. Yeah. Candlelight. Your wine or your tea, whichever you prefer. This is the one.
And I think that when I originally created it, the vision that I see now for it, I didn't see for it back then. So now I want to lead professional developments for teachers to come in to talk about communication, knowing about your physical needs and what's going on in a career, just for people to really be aware of their feelings and how they feel.
Right. Now, what I would like to see you go into different schools and stand before, like in the cafeteria or the auditorium, and talk to the young people, you know, and the teachers.
Yeah, so that's the goal. Well, I do have something in plan for teachers and support staff just to have talking sections about the book as well.
Okay.
So I do want to do at least one a month. That's the goal.
It's going to be out school grounds or?
So I can offer it Zoom, virtually, and also on school grounds. But I prefer to interact with people.
Right.
In person.
Yeah. And you can do it from 6 feet.
Look, I feel in my mind, oh, I can fight COVID. I'm okay. I'm good. But yeah.
How was it writing your book as a mother?
So it was separated. I at least do 3-4 things at a time. So my mothering skills would never intertwine with me writing. Mm-hmm. So if I'm just writing before bed, the kids are already in bed. If I'm writing in my lunchtime, it doesn't interact with the children's time.
What about your husband?
He didn't know anything. I emailed him one night. I said, hey, take a look at this. Tell me what you think. And he was like, wait, what? When have you even started this?
Did you hear that, ladies? Don't let all your eggs out the basket at once. Because he enjoyed reading it. And then he was even more proud of knowing that you did this without even stressing. And when you was stressing, he didn't know that's why you was stressing.
And he's my hype man about it. Like, this is bigger than you.
Yeah.
We can travel. We can go see different teachers. Let's go to California. Let's get this out here. And not just the book aspect of it, but the awareness of career people and their mental health. Because you can't just go to work and go home anymore. It's really a connection that you just can't unwind and really feel present.
Activation. Mm-hmm. That no matter what you do, you have to realize that you have to leave. Like when you have your problems at home, you leave your problems at home and go to work. You have to leave work at home. You just have to stop.
I tell my students that all the time. I say, I don't know what happened to y'all at home, but leave it there. Let's come in this room, be respectful to each other, and let's get our 90 minutes out the way.
I don't know if you guys remember when we spoke with Renisha. Like I said, it's been a year. But she's also a business owner. And I've noticed you've added more to the business. Let's talk about that.
So the business is the Bounce Fairy. I wish I should type it into the chat.
Go ahead.
It's the Bounce Fairy. We do event rental, party supplies like space walks, and I think last year we added the movie screen.
Yeah, you had it last year.
We have the movie screen, and what else added?
The tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
I saw a couple
Connect Four. Yeah. We added the games, and so now we're trying to figure out what's our next inflatable to add.
We have Spider-Man.
We have Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. $75 an hour.
We have Spider-Man. If you need a virtual call with Spider-Man, we can virtually call Spider-Man for you.
And he will call return calls and also he will also do virtual events.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll
put it in my phone. I
can put it up here. And I can type it on there. So before the inflatable aspect of the business came about, I like to do showers. So when we do showers, I'm the person who do the games.
Right, and
always. All the parties and stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe I can create a game book. Or get somebody to hire me to just do their shower parties and just leave.
Event planner is really what that's.
Well, no, not the planning part of it, but you know how you play 4 or 5 games?
Yeah.
Do activities and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
well, they are paying people to do that. Like these people, not Messi Maya, don't forget.
Rest in peace.
Messi, something his name is. Mish something, but he go to different parties and it's a lot of people that on the book and people hire them to come to their weddings and showers. It's basically entertainment. So they would be the one host the game what is his name? Rude?
Yeah, he does. And I see people bring him to their weddings.
Just the host.
Oh, go ahead. We can get
That's okay. Just like hosting the event.
Yeah, they do comedies.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But mine would be basically games. And I think we kind of transitioning from the shower era of everybody coming to the shower. People like virtual things now or just drive-bys.
But you know they're only doing that because of COVID. Because we like to get together.
We do.
We want to get back together. That's why we need everybody to play right. Go get vaccinated. Look, We've been getting shots since the day we came in this world. We started out, you had to have all these shots just to go to school. You know, just look at it like the flu, and look, everybody's saying what it may do, what it can do. We still walking, we still healthy, still clothed in our right mind.
Well, my take on it is I eat and drink so much unknown stuff. Give me my little shot if it's going to make me feel better, and let's keep it moving.
Because you have people contemplating on whether they're going to leave their job because the jobs are now requesting a COVID test. But think about it. When you leave that job, it's a matter of time before it's wanted on the next job. It's the new way of life. Mask up. Mm-hmm. Why are we afraid to wear a mask? Where everybody don't have the eyes I have, I understand. But you think I want to cover these big juicy lips up? Luscious, not juicy.
You know what? No. Sometimes I want to put makeup on to go to work, but I don't.
You can't, it takes it out of it because the lips is what brings out, and the eyes brings out the face. Mm-hmm. So you feel like, okay, I don't want to put my mask on because I can't show my nose ring up. They don't see my mouth or my ghost, baby. You got life in you.
Yeah.
Because you notice everybody put their mask on, and when they get to where in the places they need to be, you take your mask off. Respectfully. Because you can't eat with them on. Mm-hmm. But I'm not doing much dining in. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm just like, I literally caught COVID from my job. And that's how I get started.
Well, I have such bad allergies. I don't think I ever got tested because I'm probably like, oh, it's just my allergies.
You think you had it?
I really don't think I've been sick to the point that I do believe I was positive. But actually, our school offers free testing on site. So if any of the teachers and teachers or students need to get tested, we have a testing place we can get tested.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's also happening now with the job. Some people getting tested every day. Some people getting tested every other day. You know, eventually they're going to say you got to pay for the test. So you may as well get the shot. They're offering you $100 to go get a COVID shot. Why not? I still haven't heard anyone explain to me the logic in not getting it. Everybody, the government this and the government that. Well, the government could have been shooting something in the air if that's what they wanted to do. It's not that. It's not giving that at all. But we're going to get back to Renisha. But all this comes in play with it. Because this is going to affect your business this summer.
Yes.
Because that's what you do.
Well, I think that it helped the business because everybody wanted to do small scenes, backyard parties. Okay. So having the tables, the chairs, and the space box available for intimate parties was better than going to a hall, a place. So I do hope the backyard scene increases this summer.
I hope so as well. But that makes sense.
For this summer, we also going to reach out to daycares. If you know any daycare owners that would like to do a weekly subscription, not a subscription, but a weekly bounce back, because you're not going on field trips no more.
Right.
So having a spacewalk on the scene at the facility is also something that the children can do to interact for a weekly.
Yeah, that sounds good for the camps as well. Mm-hmm. Because they have to do that. The parents have to work. The kids have to go to school. The daycares are surviving. I haven't heard of any outbreaks seriously at any daycare. So, you know, everybody's on it. And I know at school, if they cough too much, y'all sending them home. And that's a shame, y'all. They know that everybody don't have no COVID that cough. Because I got a granddaughter over here. She a professional. She left here one morning. She did not want to go to school. Mm-hmm. Sister was back within an hour.
Yeah.
But again, that's why you need a book like Teacher's Drive. See when they home, your guide. Because they going to stress you out. Okay. And this summer is going to be difficult for a lot of people to find something for the kids to do. Like how many Easter egg hunts you think we're going to be able to actually have?
I think after this Mardi Gras season, we're going to see if the surge go up or if it stays level since more people are vaccinated. So I think that in March we'll have more information to see more.
And I have mixed emotions about that. I really think it's a setup.
Mm-hmm.
And they're using you like they used you in the beginning. Because the carnival 2 years ago, when they knew COVID was here, they could have canceled. But they didn't. Because they wanted to see, they did money for one generator, but they wanted to see just how bad and just how it was going to spread. And they let loose something that they couldn't grab back so fast because they didn't expect it to take off the way it actually took off. And when I say they, I'm not meaning like nobody in particular. We're talking government. This is bigger than us. And this is more than just denying it. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just us. Mm-hmm. And people want to blame China, Russia, whoever. You cannot. Because it's unknown. We don't know where the flu come from. Only things we know that's not alien is what they put in us for testing. And I'm going to leave that where it's at. But you know what I mean. Tuskegee, you know what I'm saying? Some things which is making our people so afraid for this. But you're not afraid to get them drugs and put in your system. You don't know what that's going to do to you. Because I hear people dropping from the Miley and the little, what that stuff, heroin.
Well, you know we have an opioid crisis. But
that's a white crisis.
Look, see, I knew you use that word.
White, black, yes. Asian. My neighbors trips. They trip.
America's in the middle of an opioid crisis.
Tiff. You want yours? Hey, Tiff. That's my neighbor. My neighbor's on. If you're watching, I'm not sure. But I'm just saying, like, they have so many different arguments on why and what's going on with COVID, but they have no arguments on why and how they can go out here and buy purple haze. Where you get marijuana from with purple in it? You don't think this is man-made? I mean, they can get you like, make it make sense. They can spray, if they want to really get us, they can spray right on the tomatoes. Tomato, they can spray them. You understand where I'm coming from? It won't be COVID. Mm-hmm. It will be the least thing.
That you expect at all times.
If they were really trying to destroy us as people. And one thing you need to know, this is a mixture. It's not just one race.
Oh, yeah.
It's a mixture. We hear more about our race because, hey, we are the minority. Well, we were the minority. But I tell y'all let me tell you something, and I don't mean to offend anybody when I use these words like Mexicanos and Mexicans. I respect everybody, you understand? But my grandkids coming up, I just always think of the way they say the words, and one of my grandsons used to say, yeah, them Mexicans.
Because if you read it, that's how it was sounding.
That's how you say, yeah, shit, my class, yeah, Mexicans. So when I say that, I mean, they're the minority now, but then I remember when the Asians were. You understand? But the whole thing of it is, we all are one people. Unite. This virus should unite us more. Neighbors should be taking care of neighbors and checking on neighbors. And they actually should let you know when they have COVID in your block. Just to be safe. Because, I mean, I'm telling you, I was over here with it. I didn't go outside. I think people knew
Yeah.
But I wore my mask.
And we have a solid agreement with our peers at work. You know, if you're positive, send us a message. If you know we've been in close proximity, I'm positive, blah, blah, blah.
Respect.
And it's a mutual respect for everybody. Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Because I wasn't even aware of that when I was out. I had co-workers out. Mm-hmm. We were up there and I was telling them that. They was telling me I made them sick. No, I didn't. Why would you say I did? Yeah. Only to come home to find out I did. Mm-hmm. I did that because I was the one that came home with it. And with that, are you guys afraid of the students coming in? Or what do you think? Do you think that virtue should be back for the younger kids?
Okay, so here's my take on virtual. It can be positive if it's done effectively, meaning that it should be a choice for someone who wants to do it. It shouldn't be mandated on anyone to do virtual. But if you have parents, yes. Okay. If you have 20 parents that's like, okay, we're going to be dedicated to a virtual school, this is what we're doing, yes, because a child can't really be dedicated to virtual on their own. They need somebody to help them with the background information. So that would take out 20 people out the schools, and it wouldn't have as many bodies in school if you have a virtual set of children.
So you said you think it should be able to do both?
No, once you pick, if you're going to go virtual, it should be like that. Stay virtual. August, tell me. That's your final decision. You can't come in and out. But I think it only should be an option for someone who wants to be, a family that wants to be dedicated to it.
You don't think the level, from first to third, third to fourth, like the younger kids, I feel the younger kids should stay home. Mm-hmm. Because they're not going to all keep their mask on, they wiping nose, they doing this, versus the older kids going. And then the younger kids, teacher, do virtual.
No, I think that if you want your child in school, they should have a place in school to be embodied. But I was actually the kindergarten virtual teacher, and I had 23 on my roster. Everybody logged in, and it was really a successful class. But a lot of that had to do with their parents being active and involved. Like, hey, y'all, we on page 23. They can't find page 23 at 5 years old, but they did have somebody to help them with that in that process.
Which in order for virtual to be successful, you have to, as a parent, you have to interact. You have to know what's going on. You have to get on that computer. And granted, when they first started, nobody was aware that everybody could see you when you walk or when you talk. And, it was new to everyone, but now it's not. Yeah. Because I think we're going to wind up going back virtual.
I think it's the future. And
I do too, regardless of Corona.
Yeah, I think that traditional school is still needed, but I think virtual is the future of what we're doing. I don't even think we're going to be writing in the next 50 years. I think, how a lot of children don't know how to write in cursive. You know how to write in cursive.
I was told,
yeah. I barely know how to write in cursive, but everyone underneath us don't.
Right.
I don't think anyone's going to be writing at all, and everyone's going to be texting and typing. And no one's going to know how to write.
Technology. I can see that. But and when that happens, then you're going to have to do more family time, because they're going to divide the families. They're going to divide the social skills, because you learn your social skills at school. You don't really, because some kids don't even get social skills at home because their parents don't go anywhere and don't do anything, so they don't.
And you have an only child,
in the house,
only children.
Right. All they know is in the house and their family, and their surroundings. They never will get to see or interact with other kids unless they go to school.
Yeah, and I think the word bullying is used too freely because people just don't know how to interact with each other in the correct manner. So, adults too.
Right.
So, with kids, there's bullying. No, it's
not. Always
you have to be first taught how to socially interact with each other in the right manner, because everything you do at home is not what I do at home.
Right. Don't mean it's right, and don't mean it's wrong.
Yes.
It's just different, because we all are brought up different. What's good for you may not be good for me, but how you do it don't mean it don't work. Mm-hmm. Because 2 + 2 is 2. 2 + 2 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4 everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just love talking with you. It's so easy to engage. But I'm going back with. I know we are talking about the book, because the book is a teacher's drive, and like I said, any aspect of any career you have, you can learn and take something out of the book. But I'm talking about education because we have the educator here, and it's important that you guys know how to interact with the teacher or what's going on in school with COVID. Because a lot of people, they get upset when the children are home because somebody coughed, you know, and then the whole class get home. But just think, somebody's life was saved.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. Like, oh, I have this in the home. You'd rather be sorry and not sorry.
Because we don't know.
No, you don't.
We don't
and
know.
I know you said earlier about the daycares not having a lot of outbreaks. But before this, the daycares was the cleansiest place ever. If you're not disinfected, you're going to get shut down.
Yeah.
Like, they bleach, wipe. It was a part of their protocol every day to do that.
Right.
Way before this happened.
Right.
So, in the traditional classroom, that's something else that the teachers have to add to their everyday routine to wipe.
Because you use the janitor to come in.
Yeah.
Now you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, let me see how I'm going to put this. A person almost thinks like you're acting funny or being uppity because it's no more shaking hands. And for the life of me, the hugs, the kisses, you know, it's only with certain people. It's appropriate. Like I was at my cousin's rehab or repast, and I leaned over and I kissed her daughter on the cheek. I took a picture of it. And my aunt said, I don't like that picture, which I knew why she said she didn't like it because it's COVID, you know, and I was doing that. But at the same time, I was in danger of getting COVID just being in the room with her. I didn't have to kiss her on the cheek to get it. I made a conscious decision to take my mask off my face. So right there, I could have been a danger to her. I've had it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we have to stop getting so, I want to say panicky or so paranoid about it.
Yeah.
Because it's not the big precautions, it's the little precautions. Wash your hands, wear your mask, be mindful of going into other people's space. Which before COVID, you needed to give people 6 feet anyway. Get off my back. Now I got a reason to tell you. It's COVID. Breathing all on somebody's
But how long can you really use this? Are we still going to be saying, oh, we're too close? It's 2025. You're too close to me.
Yeah, girl. I've been yeah. I look at him and this girl, look, y'all know, Mrs. It's just something about it. Why are you that close to somebody anyway? Mm-hmm. And then some people, as you know, you're in a line, and when you move, they move.
Yeah.
When you move, they move. It's like you don't get it. They don't look at the lines down there anymore because everybody not running to the hospital or they not putting it on TV. But we have 100 people dying a day or every other day. It's still a big thing.
It is.
Like you go into the hookah bars. That little hooker, y'all hookering can be your last hooker. Because if that is not a place where I think it would be spread, because you inside and you inhaling.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one time a lot of people was going to the emergency room from them hookah bars.
If it's not with protocol. You know how people just open hookah bars now, just go do it, but you know everything needs to be done properly and
but everything is a box now.
Yeah.
You go to these places, it used to be a sandwich shop and now it's a big bar. Or an event hall. It's nothing is large anymore because but we never realized because the crowds are getting smaller. Mm-hmm. You see, it's happening. It was happening, and we didn't even realize it was happening because think about how small event places are now versus back when I was coming up. You know, it was huge. If you was having something, you were looking at the gym, hall.
Yeah, but people not dealing with as many people as they was dealing with before. So if I'm having a 40th birthday party and I'm having the big old VFW hall, that's too big for me. Let me give me a little intimate box for my 40, 50 people and have a smaller space. But I think back then everybody just invited everybody, like weddings. We know weddings have numbers now. You can't even invite 500 people. I know I've been to a 500 plus wedding younger, but now.
Girl, seemed like LaMonica wedding was about 500 people. Hey, sissy. I'm just saying it was beautiful, but it was one of the largest
we had 200, 225, 215 ended up coming.
Yeah, you had a lot of people.
We had 215.
Yeah.
We could have made 300 if we would have just made it open house.
But COVID wasn't.
No. 2019.
COVID didn't affect you at all.
No.
Right. I couldn't have my 50th party this year, y'all, because of COVID. You know, when you make 50, you celebrate big. I just chilled with the family. So hopefully this year when I make 50, I can have my backyard bash. Because I will be 50 again. But sister, I'm so glad you came and you sit and you talk. Is it anything that you would like to say to the parents or the people we're not going anywhere, that's on here?
Parents. Oh, just about the book.
Book.
All right, let's think. The book is now available on Amazon. If you do have a teacher friend, it's a good gift. And even your child's teacher, it's a great gift for them as well. I am a social person, so if you know any type of administrators that would love for me to come speak to their staff about their mental health, I'm available as well. As for parents, just have a connection with your child. That's the only way that moving forward is going to be helpful. Because school for us is way different for school for them. Because their expectations for a child is heavy. And most of the time, parents don't know their type of... I'm just talking academically. I'm not even talking socially.
Okay.
The type of rigor that their students, their children are going through, they would never be able to verbalize it. So just make sure you keep a connection with them going forward.
And the school is just like the house. They only as powerful as the principal. When you have a principal that's a leader and get involved, then the school will succeed and get involved. If you have a laid-back principal that have the janitor and everybody else monitoring and telling the children to go left or right, then that's what you're going to bring out of their janitors. I'm just saying, be mindful of the education your kids are getting. Go in those book seconds. I'm telling you, some of these kids are not getting educated the way they should. And you know this when they're younger. School is supposed to be fun. A kid is supposed to look forward to going to school. When a child is crying and they don't want to go to school, you need to look into that, right?
Yeah. And it could be a simple change, a simple tweak. Phones are available. My parents, they don't have access to my direct phone number, but there are apps that you can connect with your teacher, and everyone should have access to their child teacher in one way or another. Now, I'm not saying go pull up on a teacher, because everybody want to get mad. That's when they pull up, when they're mad. But it should be a healthy relationship from the beginning of the school year, opposed to, okay, I'm upset, this is when it happens.
Yeah, you should know them.
Yeah.
And they should recognize you when you see them. And that's what we talked about when you came before. And I've also said that just as like the bus driver, you don't just send your child out there on the corner to get on that bus. You need to know who's driving the bus. You need to know what other students out there. And you also need to know the parents that's standing out there with your kids. Yeah. Because some of them, baby, look, we ain't going to go there. I used to live by a bus stop.
Yeah.
And some of the conversations are just not appropriate for kids. You know, and then you find parents bullying kids not even realizing it. Because they're talking to your kid like it's their kid, and this child's not used to anyone speaking to them in that manner. But that's when you overstep your boundary, but at the same time, are they? Because you send your child out there on the school bus not knowing what's going on. I know some of you guys have to work and can't do it. But sometimes, you know, it's a day or a time you can find time to find out who's driving your child to school. Because the bus driver also sets the tone.
Yeah.
If you got a mean, hateful bus driver, that starts their day off bad.
Don't talk about my daddy.
Daddy on the school bus?
Yeah.
Oh my God, who did that?
He been doing it for a couple of years now.
Girl, that's all right. Jules Payne, y'all know Payne, I joke your daddy. Yeah, ooh, he put me off the bus.
But I want to say, like last year, I did enjoy your interviews that you had with your several guests that came in. I made sure that I tuned in. Even if I didn't tune in live, I went back and watched the replay of them.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys that are watching out. And like I said, I'm going to be coming back. I'm back. Sometimes I have my girls. Sometimes I'll be alone. And sometimes I have a special guest feature, because this is a feature, Miss Renisha Williams-Clark. We met her last year. She said she was going to write, she wanted to write a book. She spoke it into existence. And we are very proud of her. And I am very proud of my little sister, because this is the #1 bestseller. It should be. We need to promote.
Let's put it in existence.
Amazon, order your book. Support your own. This is how it has to happen. It shouldn't take somebody from California, San Francisco to order this book. It should be somebody from Gretna, Marrero, Harvard. Order the book. Help your homegirl. You should be my biggest supporters, because I'm here. I'm local. I'm your girl. Let's talk about it. There's no subject I'm afraid to talk about. If I ain't been there, take me there. If you ain't been there, I'll show you how to get there. There's some places we need to go. And some deep conversations. I'm talking relationships, friendship. Now, we will be dealing with religion, but y'all know when we talk in religion, we have to have a pastor, a rev, a bishop, someone here to guide us through, because I don't play with it. But I'm still on my journey. And that's another thing y'all have to realize. Don't judge. Because you see, all this is a blessing. This is a blessing. And it's a blessing to be able to live your life the way you choose. God give you the mind, the concept to do. That's why he give you a mind to do. Everything you do don't have to be, oh, I wonder if blah, blah, blah. You know what pleases him. You know what I'm saying? So why are you questioning this? Again, go get tested. Go get your shot. Protect your grandmother. Protect your grandchildren. I know y'all know this. I'm all for the shot. And vote. Make your vote count. Vote for the teachers' raise. Vote for what's going on in Jefferson Parish. Don't just vote when it's a presidential race and then everybody holding a sign or you want to be about something. No, vote now. Because the people we have representing Louisiana, come on now, you don't have nobody but Cedric, and I'm not going to go all the way into that. But if we vote and make our vote count, we will be getting something and getting somewhere. You looking at Metairie, you think it's by chance these people have what they need? Did you just not hear Mitch McConnell say that black people voting like regular citizens? Those words, that's just not how he feel. That's just not how he feel. You got Scalise over there telling y'all about your what the buildings and what's about to happen. He didn't vote for it. You got a lot of politicians that come around when it's voting time. But they don't go into schools when it's not Christmas. They don't go into schools when it's not time for re-election. They don't go into churches when it's not time for re-elections. They be all in the ballrooms when it's time for re-elections. But where are they now? They should be giving out masks. They should be having a drive at certain schools for the parent. Get your COVID shot while you drop your child off at school. Let's give the kids their COVID shots.
And talk about mental health. And this is a big thing now with the pandemic.
And book Miss Renisha Clark, because your mental health is a #1. We need you to be mentally prepared, because you setting off the new leaders.
Yep.
And that's what you have to realize. You putting your hands, your kids' lives in these teachers' hands, and they crumbling. So you getting home crumbled and don't even realize it. And when a child say they don't want to go to school, you just think it's them. They're doing something bad. Look into it.
Right.
This girl is very, very smart. She's a smart one. She's also smart, but then I tell y'all, I have my granddaughter, Cariel. Cariel is in the 12th grade and already taking her nursing classes. I'm a proud mama. Those kind of things you have to commend the parents, but also the student, because some of these teachers, they have a gift and they see gifts in your kids. And it only takes one teacher sometimes to push. And you get that. But sometimes you get it from home.
Yeah.
And some kids don't have anybody to drive them. Not the teacher, not the mama, not the daddy. It's just in there.
Yeah, it's
and
a will or one. It's a will or one.
There you go. You got a will and want it, but then we have to be laying out examples. You understand? You don't keep a child home because you have to go to work and they don't have nobody here to babysit. You got to get that in order first. It's like a generational curse. Cycle. Because you doing what this one did and what that one did. But if it didn't work for yours, why would it work for the grands?
Because your previous guest said there's no such thing as curse.
Yeah.
I remember.
But he also don't believe in baptism.
Yeah.
He don't believe in going in the water.
So I remember, it's a cycle. And most of the time we do what we see.
Right. But we as adults have to practice and remind ourselves that somebody's looking.
Yeah.
And when I say somebody's looking, I mean in our children community. Somebody always have their eyes on you. I remember somebody was, like when something negative happened, people are running there and say, "Oh, you didn't know such and such happened. Why you didn't talk about that on your show?" Why would I?
Yeah.
It's basic. It happened in this area. I'm nationwide. Nobody want to hear about something that's simple because you believe it or not, it's just not happening in your neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
It's in all the neighborhoods. But what you can do in your neighborhood is be a leader. I'm telling y'all, I'm talking about the kids because when I start talking about them and seeing how y'all slipping with these kids, the kids you don't want to send them to school because of COVID, but they don't have a playing phone. They're coming in and out the store all day.
Yeah. Okay, so I stayed home on Tuesday and I went to Lakeside. I was just so amazed by how many kids was in the mall that day. They wasn't by themselves, but they was with somebody. But children
But
don't
they
go
still
to
not
school.
going to school.
Yeah, I was amazed to see that.
I don't even understand.
So you're saying at work, when you at work, they come in and out all day?
All day they don't go to school, and they say it's because of COVID. But if that's it, then like what you were saying, do a virtual. Let's y'all get these parents together that don't want their kids going in school and do a petition for virtual. Go to your councilman that you go voting for and tell them this is what we need. Well, y'all, we're going to wrap it up, but I'm not going to have the last words. We're going to let Ms. Clark have the last words. But what I want to say to you guys is thanks for tuning in, and go to Amazon and order a Teacher's Drive. You won't be disappointed. But I'm not just saying for the school teachers. Cashier, bus driver, nurse, doctor, lawyer, we all can benefit. Everybody need a little journal to scribble on there. Look.
Thank you for having me, guys. Follow me. Now that's what people do now.
Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram, thebouncefairy.com, and Teacher Drive. So that's the thing about social media. You gotta have a different social media account for every single thing. So it's kind of hard to. But I do have one for Teacher Drive, and I also have a social media account for The Bounce Fairy. If you need space walks or tables or chairs for your upcoming events.
Screen, TV screen, and just games. And like I said, we have Spider-Man. She has Spider-Man. It's a lot of things. And also, if you know of something or somebody in the community, because you know it's Black History, hit me up in my little inbox. Maybe I'll go out and interview them or just talk to them and see what's going on. But I would like to thank you all for tuning in to Miss Niecy Supportive Saturdays. I appreciate you. Good night, lovely.
Good night.
Smooches. Mwah.